So hello and welcome back to FTRL GT Sport for rounds 5 and 6, and we got a treat for you this evening. It is our wet week, so we've got Red Bull Ring for both races. So it's the Red Bull Ring short for the first race, and then for the second race we've got the full layout. This evening I will be joined shortly, hopefully, by Carl and Zom, possibly later on, but for the time being it's only me at the moment. Okay, so go through what's happening in the championship quickly just before we get started. So, where is it? Where is it? So now when your phone just decides it wants to have a meltdown on you. It's always perfect. I'll look at it later. My phone's decided it wants to have a meltdown. Okay, so we'll have a little look. In terms of cars, the Group 4s have a bigger variation in the wet than the Group 3s, because you get Group 4s, you have 4-wheel drive cars, the Lancer and all that, for example. But in the Group 3, you will not see as big a difference. I'm not saying there's not a difference, there definitely is. You're going to want something that's probably very stable. So I think I've already seen a couple of guys in the chat, so we've got Zom Safe and Michael's boys. So Michael has just put as well that the Corvette will struggle. So that's a prime example. Just cars that are a little bit, maybe a little bit more tricky traction wise. So cars like the Corvette might not be great. Imagine the NSX might go quite well tonight. I've heard a few people say that NSX are quite good in the wet, so we'll see how that pans out later on. The Merc should not be too bad as well. GTR will be horrendous. So Lico and Rom will really struggle. I'm expecting to see them. The Mazda should be fairly good as well. So the only cars that I think could possibly struggle, you might be talking about the Corvette and the GTRs. Everything else will be kind of a see how it pans out as you go, basically. Well, qualifying's underway, so this is a very, very short track, so it's under a minute a lap. So if anyone doesn't know Red Bull Ring Short, it's basically you go around turn 1, as you can see on the map at the top right, and then you go about, I think it's about halfway down the straight, and then you turn off right into another right-hander, and then you kind of filter through at the left-hander just before the straight downhill into the final 2 corners. These 2 right-handers at the end of the lap. So basically it's just a little bit different at the turning point for one corner, and then it rejoins onto the normal circuit just before the end of the lap. So you're basically missing out the straight going down into turn 3, and you're missing turn 4 as well. It's a bit different. Just seen City Posh go very wide. We're just seeing this the bit for the Red Bull Ring Short, because Dartbolt's coming around to here, so I was just say that's him joining back onto the normal circuit as you got that straightened out towards the final 2 corners. Oh, and as you see, Dartbolt just having a big slide there. Michael, you will hopefully have Carl later on. Just running a little bit late again. Hopefully he should be here. You will see a lot of people sliding with Dartbolt slid as you just join the straight near the end of the lap. do kind of have to take it a little bit different. You can't take it as you do in the dry. So we'll get T-Smith who's set at 58.9, and then we'll get Iggy's on a 59.6, so there's a big old difference at the top. Pagani's in P3, and we've got a lot of guys down the back end which have probably made a mistake and they've not set time as good. So in terms of the combined, there's a close battle at the top at the moment from Team White and Team Green of Iggy, and then behind that it's quite close between the orange, blue and black team of Rome, Aaron and Pagani. All of those haven't had any wild cards used, whereas the GT2 boys of T-Smith and Iggy have used their wild cards. To give you a little bit of insight into that. As Iggy improves his time, but it keeps him P2. Not good enough to beat T-Smith yet, but he's getting there as Rom does a personal best, moves up to P10. Aaron does a personal best for him as well, and that's moved him above Rom up to P9. Blue flag's improved up to P5. Gotta admit, T-Smith's times did look quite scary in the wet around here. He doesn't particularly enjoy the wet. It's not that he struggles in the wet, he just says he doesn't particularly enjoy it. He just finds it a little bit boring, as you're not going particularly fast in the wet. It's just a bit not particularly exciting, is what I remember him saying. But he's going well at the moment. He's, much as he doesn't like it, he's got the pace definitely. That's one place, as you just seen, T-Smith has got a penalty at, so the last two corners, a bit like in real life F1, have you seen the races round there where there's quite a bit of corner kind of restrictions near the end of the lap? It's quite similar in GT Sport, but it's more on the insides, and then you've got the exit of the penultimate corner as well. As Lennon's improved, blue flag's improved, so Lennon's popped himself up to P4, blue flag's upped him up to P3, he's 2 tenths clear up. I think he's on a lap at the moment, so it should be a no stop as far as I'm aware for tonight. Quite similar, because I think all of the GT2 boys did the Group 4 round Red Bull Ring. I remember it very vividly. It's my section that I absolutely loved last season was utterly horrendous round it. It's awful, the Group 4. Absolutely awful. So I'll not forget that race anytime soon. Iggy has not improved his lap time. He's only under a tenth now behind after his last lap. So he's getting there. Pagani's popped himself up to P3, but the front two are quite a way clear, considering how short the lap is. To be over 6-7 tenths clear of the rest of the field is a big old task. I think a lot of people at the start of the season thought it might have been a championship fight between these two guys. As Iggy did show last season, he was very good in the Group 3. Also, as it's like just a Group 3 championship now, it is very helpful that for him, because he seems to do better in it. City Posh has moved himself up a bit there to P9 NSX. He had a difficult first week, as he did last season, but then all of a sudden, once again, he popped himself up last season and had some really, really good results. So City Posh seems to be finding his feet slightly after the first week. I think it's just a thing with City Posh, first weeks, but it's going well so far. T-Smith has improved his time by quite a bit. Of Rom's around just at the corner, so that is exactly the place where a lot of the cars you will see spinning, and I will explain why. So basically, if anyone drives that in F1 or in the dry, you take the shortest line. If you take the shortest line in the wet, there is a massive puddle on the inside, which is why you also, as well, you're turning quite a bit at a high speed, which obviously unsettles the car, but there is a puddle there, which is why your car spins as soon as you get the power down on it. So the best way that I think I've seen quite a few people do, and a lot of people did it in GT2 last season, is instead of basically turning as much as possible, you go to the the exit of the corner and you try and not turn the wheel as much. So you're using all of the track and it stops you spinning. So you might see quite a few people doing that because, as you see, it happened a lot. I've seen it in practice of both divisions when they were doing this. It does catch a lot of people out, and you will see spinners there. It's a place you will see the most spins, 100%. It does look very wet. Sometimes you get slightly better conditions that you can actually run the inters or things like that, but it's definitely feeling wet at the moment. Artemis has popped himself up to P3. He's had quite a solid start to the season. He's been up there in quite a few races, and he seems to always be in that kind of mid-pack, up in the top 6, but the top 6, top 7, but he always seems to be there. Pagani always seems to be up in the top 5 usually this season. Blue flag coming around the final 2 corners. Make sure he doesn't get a penalty. Dartbot pops himself up to P5 in the 59.7. That's just over a 10th behind Artemis, really. Blue flag still not improved his time. Struggling a little bit at the moment to find any more time than he is already. In terms of turn 1 as well, Red Bull Ring is a little bit weird with its penalties, particularly in the second race, because you can get rid of a lot of penalty at turn 2, turn 3. So the drivers have been warned not to cut or extend the track limits at turn 1. It's been seen to be doing quite a bit, then penalties are possibly going to be given. So they need to be on their best behaviour with track limits at the edge of turn 1, and I'm sure they all will be. They all know what they'll do. Blue flag pops himself up into the pits. So fine, you're getting a lot of laps in. Like sometimes in the Group 4 races you've got laps that are taking 1 minute 40, 1 minute 50, even over 2 minutes sometimes, certain tracks. So I mean, difference is that is you get 2 laps in, whereas in this track you can get 7, 8, 9 timed laps in. So Artemis is just starting his lap, so we'll go on board and see his lap. City Posh pops himself up to P3, so good lap by him, 59.1. So we'll see Artemis just coming into turn 2, and he's went wide. Oh, I think I might have jinxed him there. He's missed the call and he's in the wall. Oops. City Posh, is he going for another lap? Please don't tell me I'm going to jinx everyone I go on board with tonight. That's not going to go well. Usually it's Michael, it's the jinx. City Posh is up slightly on his time by 4. Oh, there we go. That's that big slide there. The same place as always. T Smith improves further, improves himself for another 10th. Some further clear. City Posh comes into the penultimate corner and he's backed off. He's just getting a time for another lap in. Everyone trying to get a good lap in. A lot of these guys will get 1 or 2 more laps in if they want. But T Smith over half a second clear. Only person in the 58s. As he's coming around as well. That car just looks so stable in the wet. It is one car you would expect to be very stable. The other one, I'd imagine. I mean, I've not tested my car in the wet yet. I will wet weeks not for a while, but I imagine the Beetle will be quite similar. They're both very similar kind of characteristic cars. Very good at the handle, not great in the straights, and that's kind of what you need in the wet. So I mean, showing how effective it is at the moment. I think he improved as much. Lennon popped stuff up to P4. It's looking good showing, but City Posh and Lennon in that. He is up, but not by particularly much. Not anyone there is not enough is what you would need to beat T Smith, unless someone puts a mighty lap at the end of qualifying and as time's run out. looking like T Smith's going to take a very dominant pole. Well, a little bit wide there. He might just avoid a penalty. Rom's got 59s. He has been struggling though all week. I think he's not going to improve enough, and he's down on his time, so that's him for qualifying. As Pagani improves, but doesn't improve his position on the track. Assetto Porsche has come around towards the final few corners now. Will he be able to improve as much? Well, will he get into the 58s, or will it just be there's a yellow flag ahead? What's happening there? Assetto Porsche's cut that a bit. He might get a penalty there, or he might get lucky. He's not improved though. Assetto Porsche's not been a good lap. Aaron does improve, but it's still, he keeps in P11 and Lee Calls way down in P12. It's not went well. So T Smith has took a very, very dominant pole, must be said, over half a second clear of the field. So very much congratulations in order to him. He gets P2 and Assetto Porsche with a fantastic P3, it must be said. So well done once again. Assetto Porsche improving quite quickly through the field. And Lennon in P4 as well. So Lennon does go well in qualifying on good occasions. So Team Green, Team Eggy with an incredible qualifying of P2, P4 and P5. But I'll go for a quick prediction. I'm going to go for a T Smith win. I'll go for Eggy P2, and I'm going to go for a Assetto Porsche P3, so I'm going to keep it as it is. As lights out and away we go. T Smith doesn't get a good start as expected in that car. It doesn't usually go well. Eggy pops us up to P1 with Assetto Porsche on his outside. Fettles in behind. T Smith manages to keep hold of P3. So heading towards turn 2. As he come in, one's clean through there, going very cautiously through there as Aaron down the inside. I've just seen there a blue flag defends. Old P7. Rom's making a move on Megatron for P10. Round the outside. This is where it's possible to slide. Brave. I think he's still there on the outside. Megatron has the inside line for the corner though. They come towards the right hander and he's just given up, I think, there, but he looked for a move down the inside there. I think Megatron just covered it up enough. That bolts in P9. Aaron's moved himself up to P8. It's a good start from him. Pagani's having a fight for P5 with Lennon. Is he trying to go down the inside? I think he's going to sit behind at the moment. T Smith has managed to get back past Assetto Porsche by the looks of it. So he's up to P2. He's managing to hold him at the moment. T Smith just sit back and save fuel. T Smith's car is very, very good at fuel. That's going to be seen if you watch Junkie Sport yesterday. Pagani's right on the back of Lennon. Lennon seems to be a bit of a buffer here at the moment. Pagani's looking for a way past, and it's a big old slide. He's going for around the outside there. Oh, Pagani's got a big wiggle on, and he's managed to hold it. I mean, ballsy is not the phrase I'd use to describe that. Blue flag manages to go down the inside, P6. What an overtake by Pagani. That is what you call brave. It's where you can slide quite a bit, and Pagani's just decided, stuff it, I'll go over you. That ball's got back past Aaron. So will Pagani try and close up to the back of Artemis? The big old gap of 3 seconds now. Artemis in P4, Assetto Porsche's in P3. T Smith is close to the back of Eggy, but he's just not close enough to make a move. It's one of those tracks you don't. The short version is not a big enough straight. I mean, the big straight is actually turn 1, the main straight, because the straight is cut very short at turn 2. So there's not really any straights really to overtake on. As Assetto Porsche is having a look at T Smith now. Already you're noticing there's a tiny bit of a difference in the fuel from the front two, just tiny. But just showing you, T Smith is saving his fuel quite well. Pagani's still just ahead of blue flag, and Lennon still keeps P7. Dartbolt's having a look. He's had a big old wiggle on the exit of the corner. Aaron's moved himself up to P9 still. So Megatron, then Rom and Lee Colt. So as expected, there you go. There's 2 GTRs at the back. So really struggling at the moment as Lennon having a overtake on Blue Flag. Blue Flag had a wiggle or something on the exit possibly. As Lennon just got that move. Can't imagine Lennon getting that big of a gap to Blue Flag without Blue Flag making a mistake somewhere. Got this right hander now into this left hander. Another tricky section. Tricky to get the power down, easy to spin the car. Especially different lines going on there. He's still got P1. City Posh has got past T Smith. So City Posh making moves up the field. Seen on safes as T Smith, Iggy and Artemis. Artemis is a little bit back from T Smith, and the gap's increasing back to P5, so the front four are away at the moment, and it is increasing quite quickly because we're only 5 minutes. Megatron having a look at getting past Aaron there. Michael, I may have had a bit of a jinx on board with, was it Artemis? I think it was Artemis on board as qualifying laps, and as soon as it went on board and they hit the wall. Yeah, I do have a tendency to have a bit of a jinx. Oh, it's Carl. Hello. Hello, Carl. Oh, City Posh looks like he's having him possibly going for an overtake. Not yet. Thought about it. City Posh. His pace looks incredibly good at the moment. He's going to have a look. Oh, he doesn't. He thinks better of it. T Smith. I put his nose down there. Maybe had a little bit of a think about it. Overtake City Posh, having a bit of a slide behind. Artemis is in a world of his own in P4. Gani started to close it quite quickly though, so I don't know if he's made a bit of a mistake there. Dartball's got past Blue Flag, so Dartball's starting to make up positions, but he is sliding about a bit there on that Toyota, as you see, just again. And then that's that corner. Blue Flag does seem to be easing off a lot more than everyone else. I think he's struggling to get round it without binning it, to be honest, which is why you're seeing him ease off so much. Just a little reminder, yep. You can all like the video, there's 17 of you watching already, so if you don't mind, like the video, it helps out a lot. Iggy manages to just stay ahead, he's 3 temps. Now, City Posh got a good run though, City Posh is on the attack. He thinks better of it again though. Incredible to see. I mean, we all knew it last season with City Posh's pace that he could fight it right near the top of GT1, but it's a difference from seeing it to actually being able to do it, and he's managed to be able to live up to those expectations so far. Last week he did as well, and he's really given it a good go today, these three, and a great show. Pagani still managing to close up to the back of Artemis. Dartball has got up to P6, and then you've got Lennon, Blue Flag and Megatron having a battle, so we'll stick with this at the moment. Len just managing to keep it. Oh, he's went wide though on the exit. Blue Flag's going to get that move done, but then that's Megatron. He's got on the power and he's slid into the wall. Megatron just got on the power too early and it's just span up the tyres. And that's not helped as Rome is going to go for an overtake as well down the inside up to turn 1. Megatron is having a slide again on the exit. He's just managed to keep it ahead. The front 3 remains the same, and he's starting to make a slight difference in the gap up front. T Smith has managed to get back past City Posh. So T Smith finally, he's getting back into his groove now, and he's got back past City Posh somewhere on that lap. A lot of battles going on now. His Blue Flag is starting to close up to the back of Dartball. Again, Lennon's in P8, Aaron's in P9, and that's Megatron who's... Whoa, that's very wide. Oh, he's gonna try and come back ahead of Lee Cole, but I think he's gonna... his tyres are gonna be awful. front three remain as they are, and then you've got Dark Bolt and Blue Flag having a look back. I think Blue Flag had a look there and completely broke himself. She still goes on to P7. Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening,
everybody.
So, top three we've got Iggy, T-Smith and City Posh. Good old fight going on for P1 at the moment. If anyone was going to go for a pit stop, they'd be in shortly, but I cannot see for the life of me anyone coming out the pits. So I think it's just going to be a fight to the end. T-Smith is starting to close quite quickly on the back of Iggy now. He's set his personal best lap time there. So T-Smith going to want to get a move on. I think these two are both quicker than Iggy though, by the looks of it. With the look of their pace, things like that, I think they're a little bit quicker than Iggy in front. Dark Bolt's having
might be just saving.
I think so. Blue Flag had a look at Dark Bolt there. Yeah, I think there are a couple of them are deciding they want to. Lennon's off. He's got on the inside at turn 1 on the exit. Had a big old slide. Megatron made a mistake there. Megatron's having another slide. He's not enjoying times now. I think his rears have got a little slightly bit of wear on them, and I don't know if after he slid once, if those tyres are just kind of starting to struggle now. T-Smith is right on the back of Iggy. He's closed up on the last sector, and he's closing quite quickly onto the back of him. Will he go for a move, or will he sit back? He still sits back. There's a difference on fuel now that's quite noticeable between Iggy and the other two. What's happening down the field? Still got Optimus in P4. Pagani is still closing, but it's stalled a little bit, the closing. Blue Flag has got back past Dark Bolt. He's keep swapping position. Rom's got P8. And then it's got Aaron, Lennon, Rico, Megatron's went wide again. Megatron's not enjoying himself now. Lee's managing to close up ever so slightly, and Rom's made up some ground in that GTR from the back of the field. He still leads though. He's got a big old slide though on the exit. T-Smith once again, he always seems to close on that last corner, and he gets a run down towards the end of the straight. I think he's quite happy just sitting back. He's got an excellent run through turn 1 though. Look what he's got on there.
On the grass there a little bit, didn't he? I think he had to back off a bit.
Yeah, he did. I think he was going to end up quite alongside Iggy there by the look of his run, but I think he just held back a bit. He went on the grass. City Porsches, although the two behind keep kind of swapping positions, I do think they are both quicker than Iggy ahead. Artemis is that gap. Look at the gap between City Porsche and Artemis, 11.3 seconds. They're lapping over a second faster than P4. That's ridiculous. It's only a short track. It just shows you the pace of the front three right now. So quick. Like these guys in P4, P5 are by no means going slow. They're going at a fairly consistent pace.
6.
Yeah. I mean,
starting lap 6. I mean, it's nearly 2 seconds, isn't it?
Yeah. It's impressive. Very, very impressive. He's holding them at the moment. Okay. Easily going to be enough
front nose twitch there.
Yeah, I mean, the only place turn 1's been a bit of a pain, and this corner they're just going round now. As usual, T-Smith has a bit of a one with the puddles on the inside. It just causes so many accidents. T-Smith does take the corners a lot nicer, and he does look a lot more confident just to take the lines he wants to, but I think he's quite happy just to kind of sit there at the moment.
I think it's a case of he might be just sitting there ready to bounce towards the end.
Yeah.
He'll have less to do. He's not burning his tyres out.
Yeah, definitely.
It's got less wear than Iggy.
Lee calls down the inside of Lennon. He's come to the penultimate corner, and Lennon's going to have to yield that position. It's a bit of a slide. Lennon's just fell back and back and back here throughout this race. He started up in P4 and he's now down in P11. Lico having a big old slide in that GTR on the exit though. GTR doesn't look comfortable through the corners at all. T-Smith is right on the back of Iggy. Look at the gap now, it's only a tenth. He's going for the overtake. He's going down the inside. Iggy's going to have to yield death. There's no way he's going to be able to fight.
He's going to come back at him.
He's going to try. T-Smith went too wide. But he's going to go for the switchback, T-Smith. And he's going to get a good exit. And he's already on the back of him. And he's going to pull to the inside. City Posh is going to have a look as well. This could be free wide possibly. He's down the inside, this T-Smith. Both each giving each other room. Iggy trying to hold it on the outside, but City Posh is having a look as well. City Posh down the inside. Is he going to hold it? Free wide. T-Smith holding round the outside of Iggy. City Posh trying to put it down the inside of T-Smith as well.
Nice bit of driving from all three.
Very, very good driving. T-Smith still trying to make that overtake happen. Closing, but it's just not enough. They're just sitting back from each other. Enough. T-Smith having, you see, he has that good exit, but then sometimes he gets that kind of kick of oversteer, and it's allowed City Posh up the inside, up into P2. Keeps having that slides at the moment. Just keeps his yacht. Pagani still closing that gap to Artemis, and Blue Flag's now closing that gap quite quickly to Pagani. So P4's condensing into a freeway battle as well at the moment. Dartbolt sticking to P7. Rom's improved quite a bit up to P8. Big old gap behind him, 9.6 seconds to P9. Aaron's in a bit of a zone here, and then we've got this battle between Lico and Lennon's had a slide into the wall in the final corner. You could see that happening, and didn't, instead of correcting it, it looks like he just kind of carried on with the power, which is a weird one.
Sniffy's dropped off 1 second off the back.
Interesting. Is that a kind of tactic? Iggy's tyres do look a little bit worse. Look at his rear left. It's a bit...
Yeah.
You don't really want particularly...
Perhaps he's just sitting back and cooling down a little bit.
Yeah.
Catch back up and have another go.
At the end. Yeah, Artemis is 12.7 seconds now. And Pagani is closing quite quickly at the back of Pagani, who's made a big mistake at the last corner. He's went right over the curb and it's not helped him, and Blue Flag's closed up 8/10 of a second through that corner, and he's going to go down the inside at turn 1, I think. No, oh, he thought about it but backed out. Going to be 4 more laps to go, including this one. You have this one to go, and then you'll have 3 more.
Oh!
Maybe even 4 more. City Posh going for the overtake.
Iggy on the slide.
Yeah. Possible. Oh, City Posh has had a big tank slapper on the middle. The corner.
T-Smith kept his back up again with no effort at all there because they were fighting, so...
These guys are going to have 4 more laps, I'm expecting. Yeah, these guys are going to have 4 more laps, and the rest of the field is going to have 3 more laps. Yeah.
We're up to the 14-second gap now.
City Posh is just saying about... not City Posh, sorry. Steph's saying about the traction. Some people find it easier or more difficult. I find it easier to run with no traction, to be honest, in the wet. Some people find it easier to drive with traction, but I'm so used to driving with no traction. When I put traction on, it just feels weird. But it depends. Some people, you need to have it on for certain cars, like the GTR. Iggy's had a big old slide come out of the corner, and it's allowed City Posh to close up quite quickly. There, he's right on the back, but he just sits back. Doesn't want to risk it overtake there.
T-Smith's waiting for an accident.
I know. I mean, he had that over 5/10 advantage, so I don't know. I find it difficult to imagine that he wouldn't. Be
It's easier following than being in front, isn't it? That's the thing.
Yeah.
So.
He does like to sit back though, T-Smith.
Yeah.
I can just see in the background Artemis is still ahead of Blue Flag, who's got past Pagani, but we're going to stick with this battle for the lead. City Posh having another look. Can City Posh be the first driver from a GT2 to get promoted and win a GT1 race. Can he do it? He's having that look. We've got 3 different teams battling out for the win of the race. Team Iggy, Team Aaron and Team T Smith.
Oh,
He's having a big, he had a big old slide.
Megatron's gone again. It will.
Oh, so he has. So these guys are going to have 2 more laps to go. The front 3, everyone else is going to have a lap to go. City Porsche is closing on the straight again. They're actually coming up to lap Megatron. So Megatron's going to have to get out of the way of this fight for the lead. He does.
Straight out of the way, yeah.
Perfect.
T Smith. Megatron, that was accidental.
Oh, T Smith has had a wiggle. He's lost 1.4. Is that him out of the battle for the lead? Only just over a lap to go. I've seen that in the background. He got a big old tank slap on the middle of the corner and it put him onto the curb, sliding towards the pit wall. He's close. Oh, Iggy's had a big old moment.
He's not.
City Porsche had to get out there, didn't he? He's down the inside though. City Porsche down the inside. Iggy's going to come back at him again.
Smithy's back on it. Oh, he's gone wide.
He's gone wide. City Porsche had to yield there from Iggy.
He's
had a big old tank slap off. He's down the inside. City Porsche takes the lead of the race. 1 lap to go. Can City Porsche do it? Can he hold it? He's in the lead with 1 lap to go. All he's got is Artemis is going to take P4, Blue Fly's going to take P5, but we're just going to stick with this. Iggy's had a moment again there on the exit. So's T Smith, in fairness. He's doing it, he's holding. City Porsche is extending the gap slightly as well. It's 6 tenths. Drive cautiously and just bring it home. He's 7 tenths now, he's doing it. The most difficult corner to keep the traction on, and he's done it perfectly. He does it.
Oh, Iggy's had a slide.
Yep, so's T Smith in the background. It's over 9 tenths. He's coming around for the final corner to take possible win. He's got 1 corner to go. Can he do it? He's done it. City Porsche is your winner. First time winner, first driver to win on a promotion to GT1 as Lennon. He's ran out. I don't know what's happening with Lennon. Iggy's took P2, T Smith's take P3, Artemis takes P4, Blue Flag, Pagani, Dartbolt, Rom, and then I couldn't see what happened behind. But massive congratulations to City Porsche, who is your winner.
To finish that off, it was Rom, Aaron, Lee Cole, Lennon, and then Megatron.
Perfect. We did say the City Porsche Blue had a chance this evening. It's a great car. It seems to go well in the wet. And he's just shown it, and he's beaten a fellow NSX as well. Those 3 cars, all finishing free, the top 3, you would expect to all be fairly good in the wet. And they've managed, I mean, the fact is they managed to keep that clean all the way through. I've just seen Megatron's exit message. My God. Aaron rings me just to whisper to my cat.
The thing is, it's true.
Oh my God.
While we've got a little break here, Zach, can I just clear something up? If anyone watched the
oh no, do not that.
One, I'd like to apologise on part of the Taylor family for the way that Aaron was talking last night with the foul language. And may I point out that I know his grandparents, and they are the most loveliest people in the world, and they're nothing like what he says. They didn't teach him to swear. They're beautiful people. And quite frankly, he was talking horseshit last night. Okay? I don't know why he does it.
I messaged him last night at about 2 in the morning after I'd watched the stream back, and what he said about you when you went off. As much as you're my teammate, I actually nearly cried laughing. Just the way he came out with it.
I didn't know anything about this because I didn't watch it straight away, but I noticed in the Discord that SBY had put in
the quote.
I've just got to the bit where Junkie Sport fell off, I think it was, or something along those lines, and then the quote underneath of what Aaron said, but it didn't say that Aaron quoted it, so I thought it was SBY saying it.
Oh,
He doesn't know this yet. And it wasn't until I watched the replay that I realised what SBY was talking about.
Oh, it was fantastic. It was one of those comments you just
an absolute potty mouth he is.
It was just the way he came out with it.
If you haven't seen it, go back and watch it.
Oh, it's brilliant. Absolutely.
Give you an idea, it was about 2 laps from the end when I fell off, so that's what it'll be.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Race 2, that was.
Yep, at the hairpin, wasn't it?
Yeah, I fell off in the first race, first corner, so...
I think half the field did.
Yeah. I believe we were pushed.
It was one of those sights as you came into turn 1 and I saw it happening and I was just like, I'm not going to turn in here because I could see everyone. I could see a flying car.
All I saw was a red and black and white Merc slide past me on the grass, and I just thought, no, this is not going to happen.
One of those things.
I'm not blaming that driver, by the way.
Yes.
I'm not blaming any driver until there's been a full inquiry into what happened and we get the results.
Right, okay, so we've got the field track back for this race. Yes. Field track back, normal Red Bull ring for our 50-minute race, 50-minute endurance race in the wet. Hoofed.
How many pit stops you reckon?
I think it's going to be 1.
Yeah,
easy 1 stop.
Be, you know.
Yeah.
But we saw from the first race there's hardly any tyre wear.
I've just seen Panda put hashtag Team Pagani, so Pagani's got some fans. Fans of the veteran.
I'm surprised Panda put that actually, because comms last night, Mr. Oliver was quite sort of like on the fence about who he was going to support and who he thought was going to win. I mean, surely instantly he should have said Panda, but you know.
So yes, Panda needs to support Pagani's. He makes the liveries for him. He makes all the Hull City inspired liveries. So.
Yeah, but I make the whole city logos that goes on his roof, so so I can say what I like.
Okay, so in terms of this race, we're going to have Megatron's going to start on pole, Lennon's going to start P2, and Leacoll's going to start P3. Who is your bets? I mean, I'm tempted to. My prediction, I'm going to go for an early one, but I'm gonna go for T Smith to win. I'm going to go for City Posh to be second, and I'll go for. See, I can't. I'm going to go for Iggy P3. I can't see the top 3 being any different. So I'm just going to say T Smith, City Posh, and Iggy, just slightly different order.
Well, I missed the beginning of the start of the last race, so I'm not too sure why there was such a large gap between everybody.
That was generally the pace of them.
Pace, yeah, right, okay, no incidents, right, okay. Working on who was moving up through the field and that, I'd say...
But now he's doing some drifting.
Yeah, I'm going to go... See, the thing is with T Smith, it's normally a fuel thing.
Yeah.
Now, he's only doing 1 stop, so that's not much of an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it? Depends how much fuel they're going to use in one go. I mean, I don't know how many laps they get out of a tank round here.
I mean, they did that quite comfortably, so it does look like you could easily get 1 stop.
Yeah.
And the fuel looks very, very, very straightforward.
So I don't think the fuel's going to be a benefit. I think it's going to be down to driving. I'm going to go Iggy third, T Smith first, and I'm going to throw one in there, and I'm going to say I reckon Lee Cole's going to get second.
Oh, that's brave with the GTR. That's extremely ballsy. You're hoping for a chaotic race. Lee Cole himself has said that his car is utterly horrendous. No, yeah, and it did look.
He's had 1 race to practice. Now he can get on with it and stop messing around. Then, can't he?
I mean, we'll see with that one. But if that comes up, I'll give you the lottery. I'll give you all the money I own if that prediction comes up.
Have you spent all your winnings?
No.
Good, that's what I wanted to hear.
What's
So
the
T. Smith,
so
Lee
the
Cole,
bank.
and then Iggy. I'm not a gambling man, by the way.
I am.
My predictions. If I gave you all the money I've got, I'd have to borrow it off you first, so let's clear that up.
Okay, so what else is there to go? Lee Cole's livery in the wet looks incredibly bright, by the way. Oh my. You're not going to miss this car, are you?
You're not, are you? To be honest, if they threw some fog in as well, we'd still see it, wouldn't we? What time are we starting? 10:02, is it?
Probably 10-2, I'd imagine, yeah.
10:02. 3 minutes or so.
I mean, by the look of what we've seen in that first race, I mean, Lennon seemed to go alright in the American qualifying, but then he seemed to fall away quite quickly in the race. So,
yeah.
I mean, Blue Flag didn't have very much to say about how good the Merc was, I remember that. And I think he just said it was quite average. And so far, that's what it looked like from that first race. The Merc did look quite average. Didn't look particularly quick. The NSX looked very, very quick. And that the RCZ as well looked quite quick, which gives me hope for other cars. The Beetles are very similar to the RCZ in that, so slightly hopeful for.
I think in the first race that circuit doesn't suit a lot of cars.
Yeah.
I think the longer circuit is a better circuit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bit Mickey Mouse, the first one, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like someone came along and went, well, we'll turn right here, and that'll do us. But
yeah, it's kind of similar there,
just,
but it's not any different.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the circuit at all. I really just do not like driving it. It doesn't entertain me whatsoever.
Yeah.
But I just think with Lee Cole, with that car, I mean, we saw him do very well around Tokyo a few seasons back in one. So I don't see why not.
I mean, the tricky corner for this one because of the fuel is the same corner as last time, but also the corner Blue Flags just went down. So it's called turn. I think it's actually called turn 4, but it's turn 3. Because I think that there's a slight kink in the straight, which is I think if I remember right, it's called a corner for some strange reason. If I remember right, but it should be turn 3, and it's a downhill right-hander. That corner, because it's downhill and it's in the wet, you can't aquaplane down it. That happened to me last season in the race, about 4 race. It's very easy to do, and you can just slide down it. Because it's downhill, you need to brake so early. It's ridiculous.
It's about the 150 metre board, or just before, isn't it?
So I mean, normally you can brake at the 100 metre board or just after in dry conditions, and you're braking more than half later. It's incredibly weird.
It just feels so slow, doesn't it, when you're braking?
Yeah, because the thing is, if you're on the outside, because if you go down normally and then you cut towards the inside, or the way you would normally take it, or aggressively take it in the dry, see if you do that, it pushes you towards the outside. And it literally, if you even take it the slightest bit too much speed, it literally just pushes you out off the circuit.
Yeah.
And you need to be so slow, and it looks ridiculous when you watch a cars go around it.
Lee's missed his braking point.
A lot of cars are just doing some donuts, having some fun for a while. But yeah, it really is a pain. You need to be right on the inside of it. It's a horrible corner on the wet, absolutely horrible. Did not enjoy it last season at all. But I mean, depends. Some guys might find it alright, but I think that's kind of, most people don't seem to like this track in the wet. It's a bit of a pain.
I think the problems you've got is the longer cars tend to understeer.
Yeah.
And the short cars, such as like T. Smith's car, it's better, but it's still a little bit whippy.
Yeah.
But the advantage is it's quicker to get it back again.
Yeah, exactly. So, looks like a race is just about to begin. So, reminder, if I've got any predictions in the chat, I'll read them out. But mine was T. Smith, City Porsche and Iggy, and you went for T Smith, Nico, and Iggy. Yeah, T Smith.
Iggy, yeah.
Carl's went for it to say the least.
Just thought I'd
throw something, a curveball.
Why not? If I get it right, I'm minted.
Okay, so.
Hopefully.
Oh, yeah, hopefully. Yeah. For you anyway. Okay, so. We'll see how it goes up into turn 1 here.
Prototype Steph was wanting to see a.
And I'll set pause, yeah. Lights out, and away we go. So Lennon gets a good start in the Merc, and he jumps Megatron to P1. Seems a lot of cars battling behind. Lico's lost out a little bit in P4.
Aaron into second.
Yeah, good overtake there. Into P2. Blue flag has got past Lico's. Lico's already dropped out to P5. Actually, P6 made that. Pagani's getting past him as well.
Oh well.
That's T Smith's having a look as well down the inside in P9. A couple of cars banging in each other. T Smith's down the inside. It's free wide. T Smith gets moved down up to P9. Get Iggy as well in P7. Get past Lico. Lico's dropped down to P8 now. So, yeah, a horrendous start from Lico in GTR.
Stop talking about Lee. Just leave Lee alone for a second. Right,
T Smith's down the inside as well. He's now down to P9. Oh, no. Lico's off. He's off.
Smithy just went into him. I just caught that.
You have jinxed him the most I think I've ever seen. Oh, Michael, you have nothing on Carl. Nothing. Lennon's
bolts back on again.
Lennon's got P1 and he's got a gap now to Aaron in P2. Megatron's in P3. Blue flag sit behind the poorly. Poorly. Hopefully he can get a good result after that. He starts P2, P3, and he's.
This will give him an incentive to drive faster to catch back up at the back of the group.
Let's hope so.
Trust me.
Lennon still 1.4 seconds. Oh, make that 1.2.
Megatron's
Megatron.
got a bit of a win.
He's managed it, but it's kind of having to correct it about 4 times, doesn't he?
Blue flag, yeah. Inside of him.
Easy, should be an easy overtake. He's got the speed advantage. Down the inside. Up into P3.
Yeah.
City Porsche having a look. City Porsche up to P5. Look, it's City Porsche.
That's a
make
good
that.
Start.
That could be P4 soon. It's P4. City Porsche is on a mission. Up into P4. That's an extremely quick start by him. Oh, he's off.
Oh, he's gone
he's
wide.
Off.
He's gone wide. I think he late braked it.
Yeah, he did. I'm not sure what happened there, but he's got back on.
7th again.
We've got 3 wide there between, I think that's T Smith, Iggy and Aaron, but Aaron's backed off. I think Aaron's had a wiggle and exit because Artemis has jumped him as well up to P8. T Smith's now the lead. Got ahead of City Porsche up to P6. Iggy's up to P4. After that kind of coming together, City Porsche had the exit. So Lennon still leads from blue flag, and then it's back to Pagani. Megatron's had a slide as well, and he's dropped down to P8. Aaron's off in the background. He's went too wide. He's done a good job there. He's kept it from going all the way into the gravel. Lico's caught slightly back up. So, and to be honest, Lico's only 10.9 seconds off after having went off the tracks. I mean, he's done quite well there.
Well, he's held his distance there because that's he was exactly 10 seconds behind over the line first lap. So.
Lennon's had a tank slapper.
Blue flag goes first.
Beyond the tank slapper, I've just seen Gran Pop has put good evening Zach and Carl. It's sweet talking Gran Pop. Nice to have commentary with no swearing.
Too right,
Artemis.
We don't
Artemis
do
is
like
so wide. Artemis
I can't believe what your grandson said about you.
Horrendous. Awful, isn't it? Awful language.
Yeah.
We've got a big old train here for P3. Look at that. Actually, it's probably P2. Lennon, Pagani, Iggy, T Smith, and City Porsche. City Porsche is having a look round the outside.
Sorry, Mikey.
City Porsche's he's still there.
Lennon's back in the lead.
City Porsches went round the outside of T Smith. They're still
Smithy's
battling.
holding it though. Yeah, he's got the inside Smithy for the next one.
Yeah, Iggy's having a look at Pagani as well down the inside. This tricky corner is such a tricky corner. T Smith is trying to hold it round the outside. I think he's going to have that, but he might even get Pagani.
Getting past Pagani as well.
He's up to
got
P4.
past him, but he's not fully past him, is he? Yeah, he is.
City Porsche is down the outside as well. Pagani's lost 3 positions. Oh, City Porsche, he's having a slide. Oh.
You can't relax when you're driving in this
No,
wet.
you can't, honestly.
Races.
Commentating on wet races is something else, isn't it? You need to be so on guard watching.
Oh,
Megatron as well. Oh.
Yeah.
Nearly in the gravel there, wasn't he?
City Bosch going for Pagani.
Lee Cole's had another off, he's 17 seconds off. Lennon's managed to hold blue flag there. Lennon having no such problems in the final corner this time. We'll get an Iggy, T Smith and City Porsche hunting them down.
Lee Cole 3.6 seconds off the back of Aaron. The fight back starts.
Lennon, a good exit there, so he's going to hold blue flag. But Iggy's going to look for a move here. He's pulling to the outside. Blue flag's going to defend the inside. He's going to have to go all the way around the outside. He's trying it. He's going to hold it. He's going to get the better exit. He's going to get the slipstream now down the straight into this downhill braking zone.
Yeah, blue flag moving to the inside straight away.
Covering it off. Iggy has to go around the outside, but I don't think he's going to do it. T Smith goes for a move down the inside.
Smithy takes Iggy. Opportunities move that one.
I think Iggy's still there though. He's on the outside. He's got a bit of run.
Oh, Artemis is off. There's
Artemis,
a bit of a
yeah, I've seen it in the background. We'll keep on board with this. T Smith and Iggy. T Smith's doing a triangle round the outside. He's going to hold it round the outside. What a move! Is that? Has he got it? Oh, he's still there. He's still side by side. Is it going round again?
No, he's backed
Oh
off.
my! See, the quality of racing tonight is unbelievable. To go side by side for so long in the wet, it's just ridiculous. Like, how are they doing? I don't know.
I think sometimes the tighter line is not the best one when it's wet.
I know.
I think the straighter you are, the better you are.
Lennon's had a bit of a bad last sector and he's got everyone hunting him down. Iggy, look at how close Iggy is to the back of blue flag. He's switching ways. Blue flag goes again, defending the inside. Mike Iggy's going to have to go round the outside again. He goes for the switch back. I think he's on the outside now. Blue flag's got a bit of a tank slapper on exit. Iggy's up into P2, and now he's going to have the slipstream of Lennon. Blue flag's also going to have the slipstream of Lennon. This could be free wide, possibly. It's going to be free wide into turn 2. Blue flag sends it back down the inside of Lennon, and it's clean. He gets it back done, but then he's got the inside against Lennon. Oh my god. It's free wide again.
Big Iggy down the outside.
Iggy, Lennon and blue flag down to turn 3. Blue flag down the outside of Lennon. He's going to squeeze them. This is not going to go well. Iggy's on the outside.
He's on the outside.
How they got round that without anyone going off, I will never know. T Smith's there as well. Are they going to go free wide down the next corner? Please don't. That's not going to go well. They are.
Smithy up the inside.
Down the outside. Up to P2. City Porsche's up to P4 as well. This is madness.
Lennon's gone back down to 5. Pagani's got on the back of here as well now.
This is the best quality racing I've seen in GT. Without a shadow of a doubt.
1.
1. Yes. Wrong division. Wrong division. I mean, blue flag's managed to get a bit of a gap. T Smith's got P2. Someone in the pits? What on earth is he doing? That's very early, isn't it?
Pagani.
Well, after that 2 laps of sheer madness, I think it was at least 3 or 4 free wides there, wasn't there? In the wet, as you do. I mean, perfectly normal. How there wasn't someone on the gravel at the end of that, I have no idea. Set Porsche though.
Big Cole's moved up from second to last.
Yeah, Pagani in the pits. He's close up to the back of Aaron as well. Megatron and Dartbolt having a battle. Megatron's got down the inside of Dartbolt. Megatron sliding though. The thing is, Megatron keeps sliding everywhere. Oh, he's down the inside.
Blue flag had a little twitch there. He just come off the throttle, so
gets it done up into P1. Now can Blue flag be a bit of a buffer here and let him get away, and then it will be toss up between who gets it. I mean, that battle and that, I still can't go for that.
City Porsche up the inside here, Biggie.
Yeah, he is. Up to P3. He's going to have to yield. The thing is, if you go down the inside there's no way really to defend it. Blue flag. Yep, he's went wide, hasn't he? He's down the inside now as well.
He's wide again. Oh, he's on the red stuff, that's all.
Oh, right, take a picture. My prediction's in order. Probably not going to stay like that for long.
We're only in 7 laps.
I don't care.
Big Cole's on his way back.
I don't care. I'm right for a while. Blue flag's up wide again. Turn 1. Oh, he's off. I think I lost count of him, and he tried to correct it and get back on the track, and then as he got back on the track, one of his wheels was still in the grass, and then it caused him to slide again. He nearly... I think he had quite a few slides. If he's going to get 2.3 seconds, he's off. And then we've got this battle here between City Porsche and Iggy that we'll keep on board with. Everything happening, it's like the fall down. Blue flags get back in P5 after his couple of incidents he's had. Rom in P7, Dartbolt P8, and we get Aaron and Lee Cole. Lee Cole's closed quite a bit up to the back of Aaron. Megatron hasn't come into the pits, but he's just had quite a few offs, Megatron. I think he's had to be honest, I think I've seen him have an off every lap. Or at least an absolute massive tank slap, I say.
Aaron and Lee Cole are fighting.
Lee Cole going for the overtake round the outside. Another ballsy overtake. And he gets it, he's got it done there, hasn't he?
Straighten it up and boot it. Yeah.
That's a cracking overtake, isn't it?
Pagani's overtaken all of them, so that new tyre's quite a good idea. Just wonder if Pagani is going to be doing a 2-stop for tyre wear.
It's a ridiculous how many people you see sliding out of that corner, isn't it? It's not even a corner on the dry. It's just flat out. But it's so tricky in the way, it's unbelievable. City Porsche started to close up to back of T Smith, and he's dropped Iggy. City Porsche is just impressing me constantly tonight. Very, very impressed. That's City Porsche now.
Yeah, he's doing a cracking job tonight.
Sometimes it was just T Smith and Iggy kind of fighting out for the lead, but it's nice to have someone else kind of joining in the fight, isn't it? Makes it a lot more interesting when you've got someone else thrown into the mix. Lennon's quite comfortable in P4, and he's... oh, have I just jinxed him? Oh, he's caught it. I thought he was about to win the gravel there, and I was about to jinx someone else. He's held it. Blue flag is starting to move back up now slightly. He's closing up to the back of Lennon. He had a difficult lap or two, didn't he? So yeah, he's moving it back up. Artemis, I think, is like, I said this at the start of the evening. He likes his. I always seem to see him in the top 6 or top 7. He's always round about 6 for 7. He's extremely consistent in what he does. Blue flags on the back of Lennon. I think Lennon's had a wiggle somewhere. Lennon's quick, but he does seem a lot more inconsistent. than a lot of people, but he does seem like he has a lot of pace. Have you seen the difference in the lap times between the front three to the... I mean, Lennon's in P4, his fastest laps are 48.4, Blue Flag's a 47.9, Iggy's is a 46.6, 46.1 and 46 flat. The front three's pace is just...
It's about 2 seconds quicker average, isn't it?
That's mental.
2 coming on 3 actually. That's just
mental. It's crazy quick how those guys are going. I mean, obviously car performance can make a bit of a difference, but that's not all car performance. No way. They're driving out of the skin at the moment, aren't they?
yes, it's
impressive, isn't it? Lee Cole's had an off. He's had a 155 lap, and he's dropped back down to P12. So he's had another off somewhere.
sorry,
That gap's staying the same now between the top three together. And just Lennon's off. It's the downhill right-hander. I think he's broke himself. To be honest, the way it came in, it looked like he may have aquaplaned off. It's one of the things to watch out for.
You've only got to be a little bit later than your normal braking point,
and it just slides you off. Yeah,
you're going.
That happened to me last year.
It's all over the place.
Yeah, I broke near enough identical to the way I've been braking the previous 10 or so laps, and that was me. It was off. Weird. Very, very strange. It's not an easy track, is it? It's really not. City Porsche
doing a good job.
Yeah, he's had a good lap there, hasn't he?
There at 1.5, yeah, he's sitting there, he's...
Half a second he's getting there. Good old lap there. 46.1, consistent the last 2 laps, hasn't he? I think he's dropping off now from the front three, I feel. Slightly. Rom's on the back of Lennon now. After his issues with the gravel at turn 3.
City Bosch has got a little bit more wear on his front tyres, same as the rear for T Smith, but the front tyres just a little bit more wear on them.
Rom's in a bit of a battle with Lennon. Rom was really not looking forward tonight, was he?
No.
He really didn't. He doesn't like that.
Can't repeat what he said about it.
Yeah, the GTR's not good. I mean, we're past the watershed in fairness now, but I'm still not going to see what Aaron said when someone goes off.
It's not worth your job, is it, mate? It's all right for the boss to say it.
Yeah. 1.2 now. It's down 2 at the front. Can he get back-to-back wins?
City Posh has better fuel.
Does he? Ooh.
Yeah, he has better fuel than both Iggy and T Smith. But it's just a little bit more wear on his tyres. Yeah. I don't think it's enough to notice it, but it's
not really. It's
there.
Lennon's holding off Rob at the moment. There's a big old gap between P7 and P8, 10.7 seconds. That's Pagani that's in P9 who pitted early for Tazzy, but he's lap 5 there. I think it is actually. It's lap 5, isn't it? He pitted lap 5. End of lap 5. Very, very early stop. I don't know if it was just traffic and he was trying to get out of the way, or whether...
Straight on the back of Bolt now.
Whether maybe... I think it could have been an accidental. As in, he's had a bit of a slide cut at the last corner, it's kind of sitting towards the pit lane and he just kind of went in. Oh, Dartbox had a tank slapper on exit and he's passed him. I mean, I can't imagine Pagani having that much of a tank slapper he'd end up in the pit lane, but I mean, it's very odd. T Smith's had a good lap by the look of it. He's starting to extend the gap slightly again. Well, the City Porsche's just had a bit of a... I mean, City Porsche's got slightly worse tyre on the rear, but Iggy's got the worst at them all on the rear.
Megatron's just had a big spin.
He's not enjoying himself, is he?
He's a minute and 15 behind.
Yeah.
He's struggling with that last corner. Really struggling.
It
Race
isn't.
previously, he spun.
It's not a very nice corner in the wet. It's easy to run wide and oh, that ball. Oof, that was close. It was just after turn 3. See how you got that kind of right hand kink afterward.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have that kind of kick. Well, he had a big old kick, and he was very, very close to heading into the gravel. And that's not somewhere you want to be going into the gravel because it's a long way back on the road if you go off there. So he got a good old save there. Gap out front, staying the same, maintaining kind of roughly the same gap. It won't be long. 2 laps probably till the pits. Most of these guys. See how it goes.
So I think they might be close to 16 laps. They were about 8 laps and half a tank, so...
No, I was just thinking about halfway through, so 25 minutes, so...
Yeah, they might do it by the time.
Depends.
See, this is the point I was making earlier, there's not much in the fuel.
Yeah, there's not.
T. Smith hasn't managed to save any, has he? I mean, it's actually...
Lennon's managed to get away from Rom. It's the thing in the wet, sometimes a lot of gaps can develop, a bit like there is at the moment. I mean, the biggest battle is still between Lennon and Rom's getting away from Lennon, and then the other big battle is the front, where actually City Porsche has had a storming lap.
He's had a cracker, hasn't he?
Unless T. Smith, I mean, the gap between Iggy stays the same, so I think it might be T. Smith's lap. We'll see when he crosses the line.
Yeah, I mean, because the last lap T. Smith was 2 tenths up.
We'll see now, but it must be his lap. It is, it's a 47.6. Oh, is it? Not a good lap, that, is it? Oh. I mean, we say that's not a good lap. I mean, it is, but the pace these front three have been going.
Yeah. For T. Smith, it's not a great run, but us mere mortals.
Yeah, it'd be a fantastic lap.
To be honest, it'd be a record breaker for us, I think.
Probably. Yeah, I mean, he's closing, but I think T. Smith is quite happy at the moment now. The fuel looks alright, doesn't it, for a one-stop? Fairly straightforward, looks comfortably enough. I mean, I think that might have been Pagani's situation, might have been just fuel.
Yeah, but why stop so early when you had so much fuel left?
Don't know.
He'd only used a quarter of a tank. Well, I'll tell you what, perhaps he could do the rest of the race on 1 tank.
No chance. Not a chance. That Corvette will... I mean, he may...
It's too much fuel he's got at the moment. Pagani, no, he can't. No, no, he stands just under half, so...
are condensing together.
Yes.
Quite quickly, actually, aren't they? They're all beginning to close up on each other. Iggy, considering Iggy's got the worst tyre wear at the front rear, I mean, his rear tyres are quite a bit more tyre wear than everyone else. He's lapping quicker than the front two. Quite a bit at the moment. I mean, the last lap was a 47.6 and a 47.1 for T. Smith in City Porsche, and Iggy done a 46.7. So I mean, T. Smith's done a 47.6 again there. So has City Porsche, and Iggy's done a 47.1. So I mean, it is coming down. It's like half a second faster at the moment. The gap between Lennon and Rob's come down slightly again. It was 6 times, and then it went back up to 1.6, and it's now under a second again. Just fluctuating.
Trying to say that Lee is in no man's land at the moment. 17 and a half in front for Aaron, 17.8 for Megatron behind him. So he's just driving around, which is the worst type of race to have.
Lonely.
It's lonely, it's boring, it's just like testing, it's
not nice, is it?
It'd be nice if this rain stopped, wouldn't it? We could get on some proper tyres. It's not going to happen.
A changeable weather condition race. Oh, City Porsche.
Yeah.
Oh, City Porsche had that slide there. He caught it though.
Yeah, he's back down 1.7 now behind Smith.
I think he's dropped off as well. I don't know if T. Smith's just all of a sudden kind of unleashed the pace.
Dangling the carrot, was he, for a few
I don't
laps?
know, it's weird how that gap came down so much and then it's just shot back up again. I don't know what's happened to Iggy. His pace seems, I don't know if his tyres have just went a bit.
Right, Iggy's fuel's gone straight into the ring.
T. Smith is in, City Porsche in, Iggy's going to be in, blue flag will be in as well.
Yeah, they've done it by time, not by laps, haven't they? So, by tanks.
Yeah, everyone's in, as expected this lap. Lennon and Rom are side by side near enough there, and they're both kind of come in the pits.
City Posh had 15 left, Smith had 11, and Iggy had 10, so...
Who's going to come out in front? So, Pagani's coming around.
Sorry, SPY, City Posh.
SPY? I'm like, who? What?
Oh, no. Sorry.
1.3 seconds, he's got a gap. No, can he keep it, is the question. Iggy comes out in P3, Pagani takes P4, but he's went into a different continent now with the... What happened at turn 1, he's outbroke himself and he's...
Yeah, I agree with you, Steph. Yeah, Pagani pitting early, get out of the traffic, slow laps. Just it hasn't really happened for him.
Yeah, I
think he just lost far too much time at the beginning, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's got him at P4, but he has got a lot. Everyone else
he's got to pit again. He's got he's got to have to pit.
Everyone's getting full fuel, and he's not got much at all, is he?
Blue flag's behind him by 7 seconds.
I mean, in terms of fuel, City Porsche. Look at his seal. Now.
Oh.
Is that enough to get to the end? He's going to fuel save. That's not going to get to the end and going flat out. No way.
Well, no, because if you look at Smith and Iggy, they're
a lot
roughly
more.
The same.
No, they've got about, I'd say about 5 to 10% more.
And that Peugeot is very good on fuel. So if you have a look at Smith's fuel, I'm wondering whether he's miscalculated. It'd be a shame if he has. Because he's had a stunning drive tonight.
Yeah, that to me, I don't think that's going to get to the end. I'm being perfectly honest here, I don't think so. He's going to have to do a fair amount of fuel saving there. But I mean, we'll see. See how it goes. It may have been he's gambled with it if he has meant to do it. Whether it was worth it, we'll see. But I mean, he's took a risk if he has to get out in front that he's going to be able to save enough. So Pagani's in P4, but that's not his net position. Just going to have to put again. Artemis is P6. Artemis loves a P6. Seems to always be P6. Anytime I go on board with it. So we'll see how Artemis is doing. Go on one for a lap or two. It's all very quiet at the moment, isn't it?
I'm just watching Megatron. He looks like one of those. Where is it? Is it Bahrain where they do all the sliding down the road in their Jags, their Mercedes? He looks like that coming down the street. To be honest. Aaron and Lee Cole are having a bit of a battle, and Bolts.
Oh, I've just seen that. Oh, I must have missed that when I was looking down the gaps. I've got a free battle. Good spot.
Bolt went wide. Lee and Aaron have taken him.
That Bolt's, he's went wide as well there, hasn't he? He's managed to keep it on, but it's easy to go off when you go wide round there.
He's really struggling.
Oh, what in the
Lee
world?
Cole. Oh,
What was
that was
that?
just like a 90 right, wasn't it? That was basically.
Thankfully, he's just decided he wants to do some ski slalom, doesn't he?
Yeah. There's other ways of slowing that car down, Lee.
He doesn't. They don't look comfortable. Neither of these three. They're all. Pagani's in the pits. Oh, look, Aaron. How do they keep that on the road? Doesn't look comfortable, does it?
No, I'm just thinking, Pagani, although he's not. I mean, what we've got 12 drivers and he's sitting 8th. He's now behind Ron with a full tank of fuel, so he can absolutely cane it.
Yeah.
Within reason. And brand new tyres.
I mean, I've just noticed Lico hasn't pitted yet. I don't think. Let's look at his fuel.
No, he hasn't.
No, actually, his lap 9 was a. I think he's. Yeah, he has. Oh, he's always went off.
Oh no! Was that an Aaron touch? Yeah, it was. Aaron touch. Did he stop for him?
Oh, has he?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Oh, was Aaron off? I think. I've not seen. Yeah. So, Lico has pitted on lap 9. When he's had a quick outlap, so that's what's happened to him. Lico's, he slid around outside there.
Is Aaron still on your screen?
No, no, he's not. City Porsche, still 1.2 seconds. How's his fuel looking? It didn't, to me, does it look like he saved a bit to you? It does to me.
Yeah, I think he has, yeah.
He keeps doing that. Then he may be alright.
He saved quite a bit in the first stint, so I think he may have calculated it from there.
Yeah, so he's going to have to save, but I mean, if he can.
Yeah, short shifting.
That's a cracking strategical decision, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll just watch him for a second, see if I can see what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's using traction control. It
seems to be very.
Do you know what? He's only using half the revs.
Is he? Oh.
Yeah.
I have noticed T Smith is gaining. He does seem to be gaining a lot on the straights.
Yeah.
So I think he is shifting up extremely early, but then he seems to gain it quite a bit back on the corners or on the exit. Sorry, he does seem like he's just. It went down to 1.2 down the straight, and then it climbed straight back up. And they exit the corner, so he seems to be getting a good exit, City Porsche, but then he seems to be able to just save it.
5.2 off the back, Smith.
I mean,
he's lost a hell of a lot of time, hasn't he?
I mean, in fairness, City Porsche isn't far off Iggy's fuel now. He seems to be saving that quite a lot. This could be a cracking decision, by the way.
Yeah.
This could win him the race.
Yeah.
If he holds him.
But where you've got the gear and the
what's that? Is that Megatron? Megatron's. That's the weirdest place to go off. That is so weird.
Wondering if you fell asleep behind the wheel.
That's I mean, how'd you go off there? It's a straight. Oh, okay. That's one to add to the collection of odd offs. Someone at Megatron's in the wall.
Lee Cole in the pits.
Is it? Oh, we've come back out in P10.
Don't think he's.
Oh, no, he's not. He's just coming in. Sorry.
Yeah, he's going in. You're not that quick.
We'll not talk of this.
Let him get in the pit lane first. I don't think he's going to worry too much about Megatron behind him too much.
Yeah, he's going to way back. With Megatron, he's not having very much fun, is he?
I
mean, City Porsche isn't far off T Smith on feel anymore. Oh, that's crazy, isn't it? He's consistent as well. He's the front two are. T Smith has just set the fastest lap of the race, so that's putting down a marker, isn't it? And this race is not by any means over yet.
Yeah, Iggy's 7 off the back of Smith now. So what's that? 1, 2 laps?
Blue Flag's having a solid race in P4. The front three are just ridiculously quick though. The pace they've got advantage over the field is crazy. But Blue Flag quite comfortable in his own pace. He's quite consistent lap times, and he's doing a very good job in P4. I'm sure he'll be happy if he manages to keep that. Artemis is doing a good job in P5 as well. Very, very good job. Pagani, Rom's had an off in the last lap.
Yeah.
He's done a 59 there, wasn't it?
Lap before.
50, yeah, 159 was it?
Yeah, lap before, yeah, 159, yeah.
That's a big off, isn't it? That's
so
10, 11
next
seconds
target is Lennon.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Lennon does.
Going for the fear factor, I think, from there. Just to let you know, that Iggy is 1.6 slower than the first two.
I don't know, he doesn't seem to be doing well on these tyres, does he? He seems to have lost a bit of pace.
I would say haven't been balanced properly.
It's odd. Because he was closing quite a bit, wasn't he, towards the end of that stint?
Yeah.
And then just not. Artemis having a slide round that right hand kink there. Artemis doing a solid job in P5. Once again, he's always up there, isn't he? Top 5, top 6, top 7.
Yeah.
Very, very comfortable on his lap times as well, running fairly consistently. Blue Flag's doing a good job though. He's got a. Blue Flag's in the definition of no man's land at the moment, isn't he? 8 seconds behind, 18 in front.
Yeah, that's just take 4th place, that isn't it?
Iggy's as well. Iggy's is going to have to take P3 now unless there's any incidents ahead. He's in no man's land, definitely.
Smithy's just done a purple. And 2 laps ago, he just did the fastest lap.
So Lee's going to be blue flagged shortly. I mean, in fairness, Dartbolt could get blue flagged here as well. Rom's also in no man's land. He's 8 seconds in front of him and 34 seconds behind him.
Yeah.
Oh, big gaps, isn't there?
Lee.
What's happened?
He's wiggling all the way down the road.
That GTR just looks undrivable, doesn't it?
Doesn't look like the car that I saw a few seasons back.
Lee,
move over,
get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way.
That's it, good lad.
Yeah.
Smithy's just 2 seconds off of the lead now. So
Yeah, he's had a dodgy lap, I think.
Yeah. Bit of slipstreaming from Lee Cole for him, though.
Yeah. He'll probably let him go in the next straight, won't he? So.
Yeah, just move out of the way.
There we go.
Yeah.
Good driving, Baliko. Good driving.
But yeah, he needs to back off a little bit. Looks like he's fighting him for it, doesn't he?
That's him.
There he goes.
The slipstream's helped him.
Oh, don't hit him. Don't hit him, Lee, for crying out loud.
That was
he
close.
will be the most unfavourite admin that there is in FTRL.
Oh, that was close. Yeah, that car doesn't look comfortable whatsoever. Yeah, it's weird. The closest battle we have is this 1.7 second gap between the front two. Everyone else is just kind of driving around. I mean, you can see it in the map, can't you?
Yeah.
I mean, the three that are close together, City Posh, T Smith, and then Lee Cole, who's not on the same lap, and then everyone else.
Lee's gone off.
And then if you look at the rest of the mini map, you can see all the gaps.
Yeah.
an awful lot, isn't it?
It's amazing when you look at that map, when people do qualify and they say I couldn't find a space on the track. You put them in a race and look how much space they find. Amazing.
Well, the difference in fuel now between the front two, there is a difference, but it's only a lap difference now, I feel, isn't it? Or just under. He's done a good job here, City Porsche. He's holding it.
Job. Final 10 minutes now.
The rise of City Porsche has been something quite crazy, though, hasn't it? I mean, he joined at the end of season 7.
Nowhere, has he? And then all of a sudden, there we are.
I mean, he joined at the end of season 7 because I think he was in the last few races, and I mean, he was quick because I remember him. But I mean, that season I was quite slow that season. I remember it, and I mean, he was beating me on a regular basis, but he didn't have the outright pace of anyone near what he's got now. Obviously, he just started, but then he improved so much last season to the point throughout the season where he got a lot quicker.
Yeah.
As it carried on, I mean, he had an awful first week, but then after that, he's kind of, I mean, Group 3 just was untouchable, wasn't he, last season? And then he saw in this season, he had once again a dodgy first week, and then all of a sudden it's just. Last week he got, was it P2? I think he got, didn't he? And now
he's the first race.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I didn't see that one.
Oh yeah, oh, I thought it was. You didn't see it. I think it was P2 last week. Yeah, I think it was P2 he got, something like that. And then this week, obviously, he's won the last race, and he's 1.8 seconds clear at the moment in this race. I think he's dropped off quite a bit as well. He's 9.4 now, 11.3 off the lead.
Yeah.
Weird.
That's strange, isn't it?
Odd. Pagani's, Steph's same, Lennon's closing in, Pagani's closing in on Lennon, he is indeed. He's lapping on average a second and a bit faster. I think he's in the pits.
Iggy's in the pits?
Has he got that? He's, in fairness to him, that's probably not a bad decision, in fairness, if he's struggling with tyres.
He's got 20 seconds, stick some fresh ones on.
You might as well, for the final stint. T Smith set a 40, I mean, look at T Smith's lap time. Is it just me? Look, I mean, I know the fuel's going down, but these two are getting faster and faster.
Yeah.
45, look, 46.1, 46 flat, 46.2, 46.1, 45.9. I mean, I know the fuel's coming off, but it's getting faster and faster. I mean, 45.8 is the last lap for T Smith. T Smith is beginning to close though quite quickly now. Oh, he's off!
Oh, he's gone wide!
I broke!
There we go, back all.
He's counting chickens there.
That's all he's doing, just checking it.
Yeah, he's counting chickens there, can't he? That's close. Yeah, 2.2 now it is, but I mean, he's shown he's got the pace, but only 4 laps probably to go. Difficult, I'd imagine. He's going to have to hope the fuel difference, the fuel difference is minimal now, isn't it? It's not that big.
There's nothing in it really, is there?
He should be able to get to the end.
It's not enough to notice it.
Not really. Yeah. Steph saying he might be going for fastest lap. Good bet.
Could be.
And see, keep an eye and see if we can.
But does he want to jeopardise third place? I mean, I know it's 10.8 seconds, but you go long enough into that gravel, someone could be within a couple of seconds behind you. Is it worth it for 1 point?
Pagani's a second now behind Lennon. I think this is one race I think the guys would be quite happy to get over. I don't think it's been most exciting for them to drive. It's just been a lot of very big gaps and over there.
Yeah, leaders are just coming around to lap Bolt.
Yeah, Pagani's had a good exit. It's 8 times now. this lap if you can close up as well. Near close enough at the moment, but see what happens. It's increasing out front, by the way. T-Smith had that dodgy lap and it's now up to 3 seconds. And oh, say Posh! Say Posh! He's off in the wall!
It. Oh no!
Oh no way!
No, don't go across the gravel. Don't go across the gravel.
Please make sure he gets back on the track in time.
Yeah, he's alright. He's got 23 seconds behind.
He's got a big old gap.
Oh mate!
Oh, that's so unlucky. It's that corner again, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's that massive puddle. It's an absolute. I'm not saying that
I hate this track.
I know, that's horrible. Horrible in the way. Absolutely horrible.
Oh.
See, struggling again.
Yeah.
Just keep it clean.
Yeah, but just keep watching. Iggy's got fresh tyres on.
True, actually, I forgot about that.
Iggy's got a set of fresh on, and he's catching him quite quickly.
Pagani's
I don't know what City Posh is like, but he's had a bit of a tumble. Will he ease off? Will he try and get back onto his speed again? I mean, he's losing time to Smith, and he's losing time to Iggy.
Pagani is right on the back of Lennon as they come towards turn 1. He's in the slipstream, he might just wait and go for the next.
Just showing his nose.
Yeah, I think he's gonna get past
showing
quite
his
easily.
Nose. I think that's where he's gonna go for him, isn't he?
Next straight, it should be quite easy. It gets a good exit and the slipstream down the straight. It's 3 tenths away and that's only gonna close. 2 tenths. 1 tenth, pulls to the outside. Lennon defends the inside line. Lennon breaks late. That's
switch back.
I think he's broke too late, Lennon there. He has. He's broke too late. It's going to be Pagani's now.
That gives Pagani the inside for the next one, or the next 2 corners.
Lennon's going to get a better exit, mind you, being on the outside, but Pagani's still going to be alongside, so I think this could be an easy move for Pagani down the inside.
Or Lennon's got to try and get past a 15-foot long boat.
Oh, Lennon's not going to turn there, that's
he's drifted him around. Oh, they've touched. No,
he's got it. City Posh is still holding on to P2 at the moment, with 2 laps to go. I don't want to say it, shall I say it? I've got
don't shush, leave it,
the prediction's right at the moment. 1, 2, 3.
No, shush. But it wasn't meant to be, though, was it?
It wasn't meant to be. I mean,
don't be proud about it, mate.
No, not at all. City Porsches, sadly, it's a bit gutting in it for City Porsche. Well, he's got the fastest lap, by the way, Eggy, 45.6.
Yeah, so he's got 1 point.
I don't think. I think it's too big a gap, to be honest. For
he's got 2 minutes to do 4 seconds, really.
It's not going to happen, is it?
No, it hasn't gone anywhere. It's sort of stalemated itself out now, I think. It's his tyres like now. His tyres are still good, but...
I just want to say, I've not had a prediction right since my very first ever race in GT Sport where I've done a prediction.
Race hasn't finished yet.
That was about 30,
Race hasn't finished yet.
So if this happens, I'm going to be so happy.
Oh, you're going to curse it again. It hasn't finished yet.
I mean, the only thing that can go wrong now is fuel. And with the look of the fuel, it should be alright, I'd imagine. Only 1 lap to go. City Porsche is slightly in the red, but if he fuel saves a little bit on the last lap, he's got a gap now enough that he can fuel save.
Does this count as a legal document going on YouTube? Because I'd just like to say I had nothing to do with any of this, alright?
So, everyone else seems to have enough fuel as well, even Rom. Bloody hell, Rom's got lots of fuel. Go on, Rom! Rom's finally learned how to do math. It's only took him about 20 races, 20, 30 races. Actually, it's more than that, probably. T-Smith goes on to the final lap, and Dartbolt seems to have got back past him.
Yeah, he's dropped a lot of time. He's lost 4 seconds.
I don't know what he's doing.
5 seconds.
What's he doing?
He's got an extra 9 seconds to get round, so I think he's just making sure he does.
I mean, City Porsche, mate, you haven't got much fuel, but I think that's going to be enough.
He's coasted home.
They're both flat, aren't they?
no one ever looks at the difference between first and second and third place. They only know who came first, second and third, so there's no point, you know, you can win by a metre. You don't need to win by a mile, so... Right, Iggy is now 2.2 seconds off the back of Posh.
Closing, but it's just not.
He is pushing.
It's just not enough though, unless City Posh makes a mistake here.
I don't know. He's only got to show his bonnet, and you know, it's only got to give City a bit of a, you know, the sweat.
So Ron P8, Dartbolt's going to finish P9, so he is as well. So T Smith has come around towards the final few corners. Under 2 seconds, but both got enough fuel and they're both going to make it then comfortably on the fuel. So T Smith is going to come home after City Posh's spin. He's going to take the win.
Oh, look at City Posh's fuel.
City Posh is going to take P2. Iggy's as well, actually. City Posh is going to take P2. Iggy's going to take P3. Not far behind. Blue Flair's going to come home and take P4. I'm sure he'll be very happy with that as well. Artemis is going to come home for P5, but Pagani is closed massively in the back of him as well. 2.4 at the end. I've got a prediction right! Woo! It only took me about 40 races since the last one I got right. I've got to admit, I'm a bit shit at them, must be said. The amount of times I jinx people and end up on the wall. So Artemis is going to come.
Grandad Bob won't be happy with you.
Oh, it's not as bad as Arvin last night. Pagani could take P6.
Oh, Lennon spun.
Oh,
mind you, I don't think he's got anything to worry about. Really,
no one's anywhere near him.
Everybody else has finished around him.
Yeah, it's still massive. City Posh
He still doesn't want a DNF low if you don't get across that line, does he?
Thing is, you would have expected City Posh to be able to hold that there if he'd kept it in the lead, but yeah, it's just a shame that corner catches everyone out. It really does. A lot of people had moments there. It's a shame for City Posh, but you've not had much to complain about. He got a win and a P2, so T Smith takes the victory for race 2. And that concludes our action this evening. So, I believe next week we have a return of F1, I believe. So, that'll be on 8 PM at the usual time. I believe it's Tuesday and Wednesday, I believe. Yep. Tuesday is F1 and Wednesday will be F2 or Division 2, whatever it's called now. And then Thursday we'll have GT2 from Maggiore. That's the Maggiore week next week, and for GT1 next Friday we are having Nürburgring. Oh dear, it's the Nürburgring. This is the Nürburgring week. Oh help! Look at the GP and look at Nordschleife. Oh,
it'll be entertaining.
Oh, that'll be entertaining. Yeah, that will be one you do not want to miss next week. That week, so join us for that again. Sure, it'll be me and Carl back next week again. So, thank you very much.
But we will not be telling you what the terms are because we won't know the numbers. Okay?
No, we'll not. It'll be turn 72.
Pop a few likes in there, boys. We've only got 5. We need more. Thanks very
much.
No,
we've got more. Your phone just doesn't reload.
Oh, it doesn't, does it?
I think we've got 10 or 11. I think it's something like that.
10. Well, that's still not enough. Push it again.
Right. Okay. So we'll see you back here next week on next Friday. But thank you very much for watching again, guys.